I'm Cara Lloyd, I'm 21 years old and I work for Care Plus as a care practitioner. A typical day would probably be getting up about 5:30 in the morning and getting ready for the day. Usually start about 7 o'clock for your first call, which would be helping someone get up out of bed, helping them get washed, dressed and helping them down the stairs. Then it could be preparing breakfast or just supporting them while they do their own breakfast and help with their medications. Then follow on doing this for about 3 or 4 clients, which could then, after you finish that, you could then go on to your lunch calls. Usually you do go back to the same people that you've helped out with breakfast for your lunch calls. And same again, you prepare lunch or just help them, support them. And medication again, not everyone does have medication, but majority of the clients that we look after do. Then you'd usually have your lunch break. After your lunch break, you'd go on to your tea calls, which again would be maybe a hot meal for them or just a sandwich, depending what they like, and also medication again. Some people do have incontinence pads, which we would help them change if they're unable to do it themselves, and just whichever they need, even if it's a little bit of housework for them, just putting their washing machine on or taking it out and putting it in the dryer for them. After you've gone to your tea calls, you then go to your night calls, and this can range from either helping them just get into their nightwear, change their continence pads and just getting them a cup of tea and medication, to actually helping them into bed, as some people can't get themselves into bed when we leave. So it could include hoisting someone or just being there to help them while they get themselves into bed. What I enjoy most would probably be how you make someone feel while you're doing the job. The thought that you're making a difference in someone's life and you're helping them, and I think that's an amazing feeling to have, and I think it's probably the best thing you can get out of the job that you do. Not everything is about the caring, like doing something for them. Majority of people just want that little chat. They don't want you to be in their house doing this and that. They just want to sit down and for you to talk to them and have a cup of tea with them, because a lot of people, we are the only people they see all day, and we could be the only people they see that week. So to just have that 5-minute sit down and a cup of tea and a little chat for them, it makes their week. The fact that they can talk to you about whatever they want to talk to you about, it makes them feel so happy. And so to take 5 minutes just to do that, it's 5 minutes out of your day that you're making someone else feel so happy. I'd say probably one of our #1 challenges is that some people can't accept that they need the help. So sometimes you can go in there and they don't really want you there, and you've kind of got to overcome that barrier of them not wanting you there and them accepting that they need you there. So you can't go in just expecting to do what we're told to do straight away. You've kind of got to build that kind of relationship up with them for them to accept you there, and that can take some time and it can be a very challenging thing to do. But once you overcome that barrier, it's so easy to do what you need to do and get along with them. And you've got to remember that they're not just a client of ours, they are a human being and they want to be treated as a human being as well. As not just me as an individual, but the whole company that I work for, would probably be around Christmas when Care Plus actually cook meals for the clients that don't have families to do it for them. The managers will cook the meals and will help with donations from people with the turkeys, the veg, and they do this big Christmas meal for them. They get a cracker, Christmas pudding and everything, and the carers help deliver the meals for them. Stuffing, turkey, Yorkshire puddings, it had everything on it, and they were so happy with it. They were like, just that simple thing made them so happy. And you take it for granted though, that meal makes them so happy, because you think, oh, people want to spend the whole day with their family, but the fact that they can and they're just getting a meal from someone else, and that's what makes them happy, it kind of makes you want to step back and think, if that can make them happy, you kind of look back and think, you take so much more for granted when you see how little they have and how much you have at home as well. But oh, I've learned so much from them. When I first started, I was a terrible cook. I could burn beans if I tried to cook them. And one of the clients, every time I went there, they'd get me to try and cook something different every day, but we'd do it together. They'd like sit next to me and tell me what to do, how long to put it in the oven for, or how long to fry it for. And he's actually learned me how to cook, and now I can cook anything. I can go to anyone's house and anything they ask for I can do, where before I was just a dreadful cook. I've always known I wanted to be in the care sector, but I've never known what sort of job I wanted to be in. I studied health and social care. When I left school, I went to college to do a level 3. After my level 3, I just went into pubs because I wasn't sure what to do, and a lot of places want experience from you as well. But my friend actually worked for this company, and we were talking one day and she said, why don't you just try and apply, and they give you all their training and everything. So I applied and I spoke to Connie, and she gave me an interview and she gave me a trial run, and as soon as I did it, the first day that I started, I absolutely loved it. I shadowed for 3 shifts, and after the first shift I knew it was what I wanted to do, and I knew this is the sort of job I wanted to come into straight away. Well, in September I am going back to college to only part-time to do an access course to university, because I'm hoping to train to become an occupational therapist. And Jane, my manager, she's been so supportive of me, and it's anything I need, she'll help me, and she'll help me get to that step. So hopefully in the next 5 years I'll be really close to getting to that step. I'd 100% do it. If you want a job that is going to make you feel so good and you want to make a difference in someone else's life and make them feel so much better, it's the perfect job for you. Do it. It's not what people expect it to be, and it is a really hard job, but it is the most rewarding job I think you're gonna get. And the fact that you're helping someone stay in their own homes and be able to be as independent as they can be, it is the best thing. So if you are caring and you want to make a difference, I'd 100% come into this sector of the work. It's amazing.